Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, help with gadgets.edc, and we've got a review to do today of the TwoSun TS380. Now, this is a 14C28N blade steel. It's got the logo there of the designer, as well as the name of the knife there. This is a satin blade, and it is a user. It's on loan to me from a friend of mine. I actually bought this knife, and at some point in time actually sold it to him. So he's allowed me to borrow it, and to be able to do some content with it, and I do appreciate him letting me do that. All right, let's get into the some size comparisons here. Let's start off with let's do a QSP Penguin and a Artisan Cutlery Talos. There's two there. Let's get those out of the way, and let's do a Asher Knives Spiro and a North Arms Sky High. All right, there you go with those two. Let's do a Mini Glimpse Bag Knives, Mini Glimpse, and a Bag Knives Bodega. All right, there you go. Let's do next a CJRB Pyrite, and we'll keep the CJRB and do the Echo prototype with the thumb studs instead of an opening hole. Let's look at some more budget offerings, size comparisons. Let's do the Miguron Morial, as well as the Miguron Carix. There's those two there. Next up, let's do the EMP EDC Nimble and a Petrified Fish Mini Beluga. All right. Let's do a Holt Haptic and a CJRB Feldspar. Let's do a Arnaud Bernard Amamba and a Kaiser Knives Sparrow. All right. Let's do next a Kaiser October and a Sharp by Design Mini Tempest. Okay. Next up, let's do a couple of American-made knives. The American Blade Works Model 1 and the American Blade Works Model 2. Let's see how those compare. All right, I think that's it, except for let's do a Microtech MSI Ramlock, and last but not least, the Kaiser Cyberblade. And as you can tell, the TwoSun TS380 is longer than the Kaiser Cyberblade. All right, let's look at blade length and overall length here. And as you can see, overall length's just a tad over 8 inches, and that blade is right at almost 3, well, depending on where you go to on the handle, you could either say 3.5 inch or just a tad more. Okay. From the specs that I read online, this knife is just a bit over 5 ounces, so it is a it's not a lightweight knife. You can see that it's fairly chunky. Let's see what else we can compare it to as far as width. There's the or thickness. There's the Miguel Morial. Let's look something on a little bit on the thinner side there with the CJRB Pyrite. Okay. And there's the Kaiser Sparrow. Compare that thickness. What else may I have? Here is the Asher Knives Spiro, however it's pronounced. And let's see if there's anything else that I want to put up against for a thickness. I think that'll do it for now. All right. This is it's called a frame lock from what I saw online, and I don't disagree with that. If that were a liner lock, it would probably be the most robust liner lock available. You can tell it is the carbon fiber-esque covering does cover it, and it is nicely done there. There's also some milling there on the titanium on the frame part. It's very nice. It has a very large backspacer, which I would assume probably contributes to that little bit of heft that it has. But the carbon fiber or composite fiber or whatever it is does look pretty good. Centering is good on this particular blade. I did a disassembling and cleaning, which I'll link to this to that video from this one as well. You've got a lanyard hole if you so desire. It does have T6 hardware on the body screws, but again, you can see the milling there on the titanium. Looks very nice. Got considerable jimping there on top of the blade, but it's not really, to me, it's not really rough on your hand. It just gives you enough to grip with. The knife is comfortable in hand. It does fit into the hand very good, and part of that's because of the thickness of the scales there. The opening hole is good, works well. Let's see if I can thumb flick. I can. So that works really well as the flipper there. Let's see if I can do a left-handed flip. I can. So there's that. I'm not left-handed, so it takes a little bit of effort to do that. And closing is very smooth, as you can tell. It's a very well done knife. Not very expensive. I think it was around $100 was the retail on this at the time. So with titanium, it's not a premium blade steel, but a perfectly usable blade steel. You can tell that there's some chamfering there on the interior of the opening hole there, which is really good. There's plenty of jimping for the flipper tab. Just a well done knife, and it's not bad on the blade stock. Thickness is pretty good as well. You can sort of kind of choke up a little bit right there with that maybe you might could call it a choil, but you would need to be very careful about not getting your finger up onto the blade itself. But it is comfortable in hand. It fits in the pocket well. That clip does work well in the pocket. I think it got scratched up at some point in time, and I had to polish it a little bit. But if you carry and use knives, they tend to collect a few scratches along the way. This milling here for the relief of the lock bar is pretty cool. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can tell that the patterning on the milling on that is on those little raised portions as well. I would assume that that milling occurred before the relief cut was made. It's got a pretty cool pivot there, as you can see, and that side looks pretty nice as well. So again, well done knife. I did carry and use it today. Opened some packages, cut the dog's treats in half. What else did I do? Just the general stuff that I normally do, and it works well for that. It would probably work well for just about anything. With to me, it's a rather robust knife. It's larger and thicker than most of the ones that I carry, except for the MSI, which I didn't compare the thickness to. And the MSI is one of my favorite knives. And you can tell that the MSI is bigger than the TS380. However, again, I do like it, and it works well. So that's about it. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button below. Like the video if you did like it. Leave me a comment if you didn't. And give me some suggestions on how I may improve upon these reviews. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and hope to see you again. Thanks again.